garden friends. Today I'm actually starting to prepare my ranunculus. I actually ordered these from the world famous Carlsbad Ranunculus flower farm. These guys are locally grown, so believe in supporting small businesses. I got a total of 40 of them, and they come in soft blends of pink, white, peach, and yellow. I should say I did probably about 2 years ago, planted them directly into the ground, and they come up every year. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and sow these inside and keep them in a cool, dark location until they start to sprout. And then I just might let them get a little bit bigger before I actually put them in the ground. But the process with this is so unique. As you can see, these guys, they look like little octopuses. But the idea is to put them in water and let them soak about 4 hours. Don't go over 4 hours, they said. And then that way they can expand. And then I'll show you a picture of what the flowers will actually look like. And it said that they should probably sprout within a couple of days. So, but I'm going to let these soak. And then the other thing that they said is to keep the water moving. So throughout the day, within that 3-4 hour period time, I'm gonna come up here and stir these to keep that water movement going on. And then I'll take these out to my garden shed, go ahead and get them potted up. And I'm gonna pot them up individually in potting containers so that since I'm putting them individually in there, they will have room. But then, like I said, I'm gonna store them in a cool, dark area until I start to see them sprout. Because the one thing that I was reading is ranunculus do not like temperatures over 80. And the one spot that I have mine at, they were pretty last year, but you could tell the sun was kicking its butt. So I do have an area that gets morning sun that I'm going to plant them by, and then also probably use some of my shrubs as a barrier for some other areas that I want to put these. So I will see you guys in 3 to 4 hours when I go to pot these up. So see you then. Okay, so my ranunculus are finishing up their last hour of soaking. But one of the things that I'm going to do is I have my soil that I'm going to be planting them in this big bin. And part of the reason is the fact that these are going to be inside my house. I want to make sure I do not end up having those gnats. And I had read somewhere that if you pour hot water over the soil, what that does is it kills the eggs or larvae or whatever of the gnats, so that you don't have that problem. And I'm gonna, I still need more water. I'm gonna let this cool down for an hour before I put my ranunculus in here to make sure it's not hot soil that these guys are going to be in. But like I said, I had read somewhere if you do this, you won't have the gnats in your house. So it seems like I still need to put a little bit more water in this. You don't want it to be like dripping wet. You just want it to be moist. But yeah, I mean, it's not scalding hot, but it's warm, so that if there are gnat larvae in here, they will be boiled. And then, like I said, I'm gonna let this sit and cool for an hour before I take this out to my garden shed and go ahead and get the ranunculus planted. And then I'll bring them in the house, put them in a cool, dark area in my basement, and let these guys start to grow. And then the thing too, I had mentioned I think they're it's not 4 inches, because that's more than 4 inches, maybe it is the 4-inch little black containers that I was gonna put them in, but that'll be after they root. I'm gonna put them in, I got 2, I don't know, what is that, 18 by 12 trays that I'm gonna put the ranunculus in to get them started. And then once they start to sprout, then I'm gonna move them to the individual containers. So like I said, I'm gonna let this cool off and then take this out to the shed so that I can go ahead and get the ranunculus corms planted. All right, so I'll see you in about an hour. Okay, so it is time for me to go ahead and get my ranunculus planted. The soil is moistly damp, you know, not sopping wet. So what I'm gonna do is put a good 2 inches in the bottom of the pan and then do a light covering over them. And like I said, I got 40 of them. So I'm going to put 20 in each of the containers. A little bit more. And then as you can see, they actually swole up. They're not how they were when I first got them. And the key is to put the octopus legs down in the soil, that you can, you know, if you make a mistake, they can actually be put on their side. And some of them, like this one, has a little bit of the stick still up, but I don't think that matters. I am spacing them about 1 inch or 2 inches away from each other. Okay, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Oh, I might have to do up another tray. But this is a easy way, you know, to start getting some of your spring plants started. And these corns are sort of, they're like a nice size. So they're not tiny. So I'm hoping that I have good success with these guys, because I have like the ideal spots that I'm going to, put these in. Three, 6, 9, 12, 15. Yeah, so I got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 16 left. Yeah, I'll do another tray. I think I have another tray. Now I know I'm gonna have to do up some more potting soil to put a thin coat over these guys, because I don't think I have enough. And I'm really interested to see if pouring the hot water on them will help keep those gnats down, because I tell you what, I just can't stand those gnats. Wait a minute, I need to space these a little, so I can get at least 15 in here. And I just have that little extra one. Because these last ones are small. And then I'm just going to throw these guys in here and see if anything transpires. Oh, these little legs. I'm going to have to do some more dirt. Then you just put a light coat over top of them. That a little bit. Okay, that is one. And then this is the thing with this pot, there is no draining holes on this. When the soil starts to dry out, all I'm going to be doing is misting it, because they say that's the quickest way to get your Ranunculus corns to start to deteriorate. I might have enough to do two. Okay, there's the second one, and like I said, I'm gonna have to go ahead and get some more of my potting soil to do this last one. So, but you know what, guys, that is pretty much the gist of going ahead and getting your Ranunculus corns started, so that, like I said, once they start to sprout, I'm going to move them into a container like this, about this size. I got a bunch of these. I'll get them put in there. That way they'll keep them in a cool location, mist them when the soil gets dry, so that probably maybe about January or February, I'll bring them out and get them planted in the area that I want to put them in, where it's not getting a huge amount of sun. And I just have like the ideal spot that I want to put these in. I think they'll end up looking so gorgeous in the garden. So thanks again for visiting Inspiring Garden Corner, and you have yourself a wonderful afternoon.